Ladies and gentlemen, we want you to stand and we want you to make some noise.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's go racing here at Knoxville.
Only the best go 3 abreast. It is show time at Williams Grove Speedway.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, here at Eldora Speedway, it's showtime!
You got them for a breath. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the world of outlaws.
It's time to sit back, relax, and enjoy because, ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime!
Set to do battle for 30 laps. The green flag is waving.
Hello again, it's MRN Wing Nation, presented by Hurcules Tires. Ride on our strength. Talking sprint car racing, our favorite time of the week. We're so glad you joined us here on the Motor Racing Network. Erin, Evernham, and Steve Post here. A great show for you here. We have got Parker Price Miller, picked up his first career World of Outlaw win, and he won the MOA Series race on Saturday night.
Yeah.
And Geo Sylvia, going to join us from out west, probably checking him out of school.
Yeah, seriously.
Going to be checking them all out of school.
Catch them at recess.
Exactly. Catch them at recess. Exactly. So great program as we talk to some of the big winners, and we are just so glad you joined us. Erin Evernham, as I mentioned, alongside. And, well, first off, we're going to talk about some of that youth and talk about the big weekend in Pennsylvania, but I was at the racetrack last Thursday night, and it was fantastic.
Yeah.
Did I send a nasty tweet out to you guys?
Yeah,
I think I did. I might have. A taunting tweet.
Where
yes.
are you?
Where are you?
This is
Yes,
where I am.
exactly.
Yeah, one of those.
I was exactly, and you'll do it from the Indianapolis 500 soon. So I'm sure.
Yeah, payback.
Exactly. It was. I love getting out to the racetrack and the Lucas Oil ASCS National Tour. I just love getting to hang. I get to do it once a year.
Yeah.
Lakeside seems to be the only time that the schedules work out. But to get to talk and hang out with Brownie and Herrera and Erin Reitzel and Sam Haferteep, I mean, it's just so much fun because they're just such good racers and good people.
Real people.
Real people, exactly. Caught up with Craig Delansky, who's had obviously an awkward start to his season, but he was driving Steve King's parents' car.
Okay.
Out there, and they're working on it. It's a 360 program, and man, you want to talk about loving their driver. Steve, Naomi, and forget. Geez, that's stupid. Yeah, forget if I. They love the crowd pleaser. They love the crowd pleaser. He was rolling, and the rear end came out from under the car on him in his heat race. But just great to be out there at the Lucas Oil ASCS National Tour, and those guys and gals. They're headed to Colorado for Memorial Day weekend, so can't wait to see how things go out there. Follow along on Racing Boys as well. The classicing, screen printing, and embroidery hot topics. Well, this week is not for the faint of heart because those World of Outlaw drivers are rolling into the Keystone State. And, well, here we go. Game on. It starts tomorrow night at Lincoln and Friday and Saturday at Williams Grove. And this is the greatest rivalry in sprint car racing, and here we go again in 2017.
Yes, it's always an exciting week, and I'll be interested to hear what Ashley has to tweet this week.
That's right, Ashley's
and Danny Dietrich. Don't forget about his tweets.
I'm sure he will be on fire, exactly. And on the racetrack, I'm anxious to see what Lance Deweese does. I'm just anxious to see. We've seen that 69 car at times just spank the entire field.
Absolutely.
Now, we're going to see. I mean, he pulls that off right here Saturday night at Williams Grove. It's like, oh, my God. I mean, but, you know, and conversely going along with that, to see where the rest of the Pennsylvania posse are.
Yeah.
It's been weird. Freddie Raymer appears to be at Williams Grove right now. He's the point leader, and he seems to be about the only one that can hang with Deweese when Deweese is good. But I want to see where Danny is. I want to see where Hodnett is. I want to see where Lucas Wolf is. I want to see where Dale Blaney is. I want to see where those guys are and how they stack up. But it could very well be a good old-fashioned 69K butt whooping for everybody, too.
Well, and like we talked about earlier in the year, there was so many rainouts and so much weather in Pennsylvania. They don't have that many races under the belt. The Outlaws have run. I don't even know.
They're at a third of their season. They're at the quarter point or a third point of the season, 30 races or something like that. So it'll be big. So it's the Outlaws versus the Posse, and then really looking back at this past weekend, and we're going to talk to some of the youngsters, if you will. The average age of our guests, listen to this, the average age of our guests today, and they're both race winners, is 16 and a half years old.
Gosh.
How about that? Geo Sylvia's 15 years old. Parker Price Miller is 18 years old. There are two guests, but you throw in Logan Schuchart at 25. David Gravel's had a great year. He's 24. Erin Reitzel won with the ASCS. He's in his 20s. I mean, the youth.
Future is bright.
Future is just amazingly bright in our sport because these kids are just getting after it.
They really are.
I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, so it is just great. So the youth is served, and we will talk to youth. Like I said, the average age, 16 and a half years old, because we're going to talk to Parker Price Miller and to Geo Sylvia as well. And there you have it, our Classic Ink screen printing and embroidery hot topics. ClassicInkUSA.com for sweatshirts, T-shirts, hats, hoodies, towels, any other item. You can check them out. Check them out again at ClassicInkUSA.com. And just see what kind of good stuff they have. The Classic Ink, screen printing and embroidery, hot topics. Let's step away. When we come back, Parker Price Miller will join us.
I'm Kerry Madsen, and you're listening to Wing Nation on MotorRacingNetwork.com.
For over 50 years, drivers in sprint car, midget, micro, modified, and even dirt late model have taken the checkered flag on Weld Racing Wheels. Legendary drivers like Joe Saldana, Carl, Mark, and Steve Kinzer, Doug Wolfgang, and countless other racers have trusted Weld Racing Wheels for their superior strength and lightweight construction to finish ahead of the competition. With 50 years of race-winning engineering and technology, American-made Weld Racing Wheels are designed and built to withstand virtually any abuse you throw at them. Weld Racing. Proven speed.
Today Toyota's featured NASCAR fan is Dr. Tom Pierce.
So, Dr. Tom, what's your claim to fame?
Well, due to all of Toyota's NASCAR wins last year, I wrote thousands of doctor's notes for fans for overexcitement hypertension, a condition that requires a day off work to rest.
Sounds like a responsible doctor.
Doctor? I'm not a real doctor, bro. Would a doctor get a guy off work for overexcitement about the new Camry? Because I did.
Let's go NASCAR fans!
Toyota, let's go places. To learn more, visit ToyotaRacing.com. NASCAR is a registered trademark of the National Association for Stock Car Auto Racing, Inc.
O'Reilly. Restore lost fuel economy and eliminate rough idle with Lucas Fuel Injector Cleaner. Right now at O'Reilly Auto Parts, buy 2 bottles of Lucas Fuel Injector Cleaner and get 1 free. Clean clogged injectors and increase fuel efficiency with Lucas Fuel Injector Cleaner. Buy 2, get 1 free at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day. Limit supply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Hi, I'm Craig Kinzer, and you're listening to Wing Nation on MotorRacingNetwork.com.
Thank you, Craig. Welcome back. We are having a great time. So glad you joined us. Erin Evernham and Steve Post here. Let's go to the hotline. Joining us fresh off from his career first World of Outlaw win. That's got to have a ring to it. Also picked up a MOA Series win at Hauptstadt this weekend is Parker Price Miller. Hello, Parker Price Miller. How are you?
Good. How about you guys?
We are doing fantastic. How has your life been for the last couple of days?
It's been pretty bizarre, honestly. I don't still feel like it's not real. It's been a pretty amazing last few days.
Parker, when you saw Sheldon get a little mixed up there and took the lead with, I don't know how many laps there were, it was more than 10 laps to go. What was going through your mind? I mean, especially at a track like Hauptstadt where you have to kind of be smart with lap traffic, but you also have to really stay on the gas. What was going through your mind those last 10 laps?
I was catching Sheldon there in traffic, and I knew I was good. I knew that stuff was going to happen with lap traffic, and then he ended up spinning out, and I took the lead, and at first it didn't seem real, and I knew that I wanted to tell myself just to be patient and calm, but when you're leading an out race and you never won one before, you just go as hard as you can, and I was going to do everything I could to win that race, and it was pretty exciting. I was very nervous the last 10 laps, and I don't know how I didn't mess up.
Parker, you ran the night before and actually scored the win in the MOA Series there at Hauptstadt. Were the tracks comparable? Was that helpful in putting you up inside the top 5 where you could take advantage of the situation there on Sunday night?
Yeah, I think it helped us get some lap seat time and stuff. And the track was a little bit different from Saturday night. Saturday night was a little bit more slickened off, but our cars were identical between the 2 nights. We didn't really change much. We changed motors just because we needed a little bit more for qualifying with Outlaws, but other than that, we didn't change much, but it definitely helped us kind of get a hold on things and just get comfortable with our car there.
Parker, you ran the first few months with the World of Outlaws, and I think you made some comments how you kind of struggled and it was tough. But how much can you say did you learn during that time and that experience pay off? And you come off the road with them and you win a race with the MOA Series, you start to have success, and you go back with the Outlaws, and there you are in victory lane. How much did those first few months really help you this year?
Yeah, it helps me a lot. There was multiple nights where I laid in bed whenever I was out there with Outlaws, and I wondered if this was for me or not, and I didn't know if I was going to be able to complete the rest of the year just because I was so down, and you kind of wonder if this was meant for you or not whenever you're running that bad. And we came home and we fell off, and we went and ran some IRA races and got a win with IRA, and then we went and ran MOA, and we had a second place finish on Friday night, and we won on Saturday. So get your confidence back up, and then we go back on Sunday night with Outlaws, and we knew that it was just another night of racing, and that we were just going to do what we had to do, and we ended up getting the win, and just kind of racing Outlaws, it just gets your confidence up whenever you do good also, but whenever you run bad, it kicks your head in the dirt. But I think it's made our team a lot better, as in getting our car better, getting me better as a driver, as in driving harder and, being smarter with lap cars and just racing in general.
You mentioned racing in general, and Erin was just talking about, we've had one of those years where nobody has raced a lot other than the World of Outlaws. Pennsylvania's been rained out. The Midwest has been rained out, it seems like, half the time. Is also part of the advantage that you have now, or the comfort level, the fact that you have ran a lot this year, and even though some of them were floggings, even though it didn't turn out well, you guys have a lot more races under your belt than probably most teams in the country right now.
Yeah, I think Hofstad was race 32 for us, so somewhere around there.
Wow.
But when we come home, there was guys like the IRA shows we ran, they're saying how this is only race number 3 for them. It's seat time. And seat time's a big deal, especially for young guys like me. Every lap counts, and the more you get comfortable with your car, the better you're going to be.
Parker, tell us a little bit about your team. Steve and I have been talking about youth in the sport, and I think the average age of your crew is 20 or something like that. So tell us a little bit about your crew chief, Levi, and what it's like working with a bunch of kids your own age.
Yeah, so when I first started, I worked with Rick Ferkel, and Levi was my crew guy, and that was my team then. Well, me and Rick split up, so then it's just me and Levi. And I've been with Levi since the end of 2015, I think. And we ran last year together, and we were okay enough that I felt comfortable with him and just going the whole year with him. And we hired Paul's son, Braden, and Braden, he's actually learned a lot. He's pretty good with the car, and he's our tire guy. He gets us good every night, and it's just pretty cool when you can go win races and do this for fun with your two best friends. And our average age is 20. I'm 18, Levi's 20, and Braden's 22. So when you can do that with your two best friends and we're that young, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool indeed.
But how do you travel with Braden McMahon? I mean, you at least you bring your own entertainment, I guess, don't you?
Yeah, you do. We do. He's usually eating Oreos in the back seat, but he's a pretty funny kid. He's never down, always happy. You never see him with a frown on his face.
Speaking of the McMahons, last year Paul asked you to fill in when he was hurt. How much did that boost your confidence, knowing that someone like Paul McMahon believed in you? And I know he was the first to congratulate you the other night.
It's really cool, to get your first chance on the Outlaw Tour, which I know is only for 3 nights, but it makes you feel good inside. And whenever someone calls you like that to fill in for him, and Paul's been a really big mentor to me. He's helped us when we were on the road and told us that just keep our head up. But it was a really cool deal, and Paul called me, and I can't thank enough that all he's done for me. And it was pretty cool whenever I won on Saturday or Sunday night. He turned to the infield and drove up next to me, was clapping for me, and he was really happy for me.
That is so cool, so cool. Parker, what's the next couple of months look like? Are you staying there in the Midwest? Are you going to do any more traveling out and about, or what's the game plan for the next month and a half or so?
We're going to stay in the Midwest. We're going to run some All-Star stuff. We have a 3-day weekend this weekend with the All-Stars at Kokomo, Wilmot, and Sun Prairie. And then I think we go out to Missouri the weekend after. And, I think we're just going to try and do as many races as we can. We might go to Knoxville here and there, just try and get ready for Nationals. But all in all, I think we're just going to try and hit it hard and go to as many races as we can.
It's a good time to be there, that's for sure. I was looking at the schedule. This triple-header weekend is going to be great. It's a couple of them are IRA and All-Star co-sanction, and a lot of racing there in the Midwest, so you'll continue with the seat time. Congratulations, young man. That's really, really sweet to see you get that career first of what I'm sure will be many World of Outlaw wins. Congratulations, and thanks for the time here today.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me.
No problem. Our pleasure. Believe us. Believe it, our pleasure. Wow. Like you say, I mean, laying in bed wondering if this is what you really need to do, what you want to do, and a month and a half later, on the wing.
Yeah. I wanted to elaborate a little bit more on that with him. Like, when you're doing it and your confidence is down, you don't even realize how much you're learning. You're getting beat up, you're running 15th to 20th every night. You don't realize how much you're learning.
Yeah.
And then you go back, run with the IRA, run with MOA. Suddenly you're like, wow, I really did learn a lot. Like, what I think is, 15th place when you run with these guys is first place.
Right.
So it's neat.
And
That got the confidence back up. And
you and I were talking before the show. We saw it with Sheldon Honda went back to Ohio a few weeks ago. Brent Marks went to Port. Not that Brent needs much help at Port. My God, he's awful good there. But still, I think it's really, really cool, and it's just amazing the talent level and what that shows the World of Outlaw experience will do. And just great stuff, man. I'll tell you what, Parker Price Miller, remember that name. You're gonna be hit over the head with that name, as good as that kid is. We're gonna be seeing a lot of him as we go forward. And speaking of which, let's step away for a break, because when we come back, we're going out west. Geo Sylvia, he joins us next.
Hi, I'm Rico Aber, and you're listening to Wing Nation on MotorRacingNetwork.com.
Whatever you drive, wherever you go, Hurcules Tires will get you there, whether you're running on dirt or running a job. Our dependable, high-quality tires are the perfect fit for your needs. For unmatched value, selection, and warranty with industry-leading road hazard protection, there's only one choice: Hurcules Tires. To learn more, visit HerculesTire.com or call 800-677-9535. Hercules Tires, ride on our strength.
Classic Ink USA Screen Printing and Embroidery is constantly testing the limits of custom racewear and specialized embroidery. Headquartered in Western Pennsylvania, Classic Ink holds the highest standard, maximizing your return as well as the ultimate customer satisfaction. From track swag fan wear to quick crew wear, Classic Ink has you covered. Their dedicated staff and designers will keep your race team and fans looking sharp. Contact Classic Ink today and get your team ahead of the competition. www.classicinkusa.com. That's Classic Ink, at the track and on your back.
The National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum's newest feature exhibit is our Salute to Champion Sammy Swindell, June 9th through October 15th, at the only museum in the world solely dedicated to sprint car racing, the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum in Knoxville, Iowa. Stop in and check out 8 of Sammy's original race cars and see his trophies, uniforms, and more as you learn about his outstanding career. The Salute to Champion Sammy Swindell is only this season at the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum in Knoxville.
This is Tony Stewart. You're listening to Winged Nation on MotorRacingNetwork.com.
Thanks, Tony. Welcome back. We are having a great time. Erin Evernham and Steve Post here on MRN Wing Nation, presented by Hurcules Tires. Ride on our strength. And joining us on the hotline, fresh off from a Victory Lane visit at Placerville on Saturday night, 15-year-old Geo Sylvia is on the line. Hello, Geo. Welcome into Wing Nation.
Thank you. How's it going, guys?
We are doing fantastic. What has your life been like since Saturday night?
It's been pretty surreal, I have to say that.
Gio, you came up on Sean Becker kind of out of nowhere on that last lap. Were you feeling confident coming up to those last few laps? And what did Sean have to say after the race?
He was pretty excited. We all raced with a lot of respect for each other, and there was a restart with probably about 6 laps to go, and I really didn't think I had anything for him. I was just happy to be running that high up. Finishing a King of the West race that high is a big accomplishment for me. Not racing too much, but like I said, I didn't think I really had anything for him, and he went to the bottom there in turn 3, and I just kind of went where he was and then tried to make a hero move and just got him by a nose.
The hero move worked out. It did work out really, really well. And Gio, I watched the video, and I don't know if it was someone following you, the video. What you took a lap or two after the race, and then you pulled down the front stretch, and the place is just coming unglued. What was that like for you after you crossed that finish line, knowing that you just won your first big race?
It's amazing. Having those stands are really electric there, especially at any race. When you have a race that exciting that comes down to the line like that, that was really cool. Getting up on the wing like that, and you can hear the people screaming through your helmet and through your earplugs. It was something I'd never experienced before.
Gio, not only were you the youngest to ever win in the King of the West Series, but it was only your third 410 start. Talk a little bit about the difference from running a 360 and hopping into 410 and how you picked it up so fast.
Well, this year we were only going to run probably 4 or 5 410 races at the beginning of the season, our initial schedule, and run mostly 360 stuff because I only had, 20 races under my belt before we started this season. And we started off the season in a 410 at Bakersfield with the King of the West, and we ended up running 4th. So it was it was a lot smaller transition than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be, out of control, way faster than a 360, and I felt really comfortable with the speed right off the bat. So that made my transition a lot easier, And then you go to a place like Tulare when there's grip in the racetrack, and you are going so fast down the straightaway. You get out in the hot laps, and you're like, how am I going to catch up with this thing? It just feels out of control.
That's amazing. That really is. That is unreal. That is amazing. So how's your dad doing? Has he come back down to earth yet or not, or is he still wide open, I bet?
He was pretty wide open that night. I think he called me 4 or 5 times on the way home when I'd seen him, a few minutes before that. But he was excited.
So now that you're having all the success with the 410, are we putting more races on the schedule?
Oh yeah, for sure. We like I said, we started out the season really good in the 410, the first 4 races, and we're going to follow out the whole King of the West series. And being with a team like Roth, they have so many resources, and every time you go to that shop, you learn something. So it's made my learning curve a lot easier. Being with a team that established and as many good guys as we have, I've learned a lot.
We've had a lot of fun. We've had your dad on the air. We've had your brother on the air multiple times. How are and I know you guys are involved as well with your brother's program. Are they side-by-side programs? Are you driving the Roth, he's driving the 41 car? How do they interact with his program and yours?
It's actually a pretty separate program. They're on different chassis, different motors, stuff like that. So actually all my stuff stays in Roth's shop in Easton, and all Dominic's stuff stays in my dad's shop in Fresno. So, we obviously have Roth on the side because they help my brother out, but it's a pretty separate race team.
So you're not based out of the shop in Fresno, or you are? That's the 83 Junior, right?
Yeah, the 83 Junior, yeah, that's based out of Roth's shop, and then the 41's based out of my dad's shop.
Wow, how about that?
That's cool. So how much do you and your brother share as far as track tips, setups, all that good stuff?
He's been an absolutely huge help to me, because I'm trying to focus on racing and just really keeping myself calm down throughout the night, because it's really overwhelming racing a sprint car, with just things as small as putting tear-offs on and making sure you're ready to go out on the racetrack, to really knowing where you need to run on the racetrack. And he's always over at the trailer, hey, you need anything? Are you good on tear-offs? Or you need to know where to run? What's the track doing? What do you think? And having someone talking to you like that, as good as he is, it's like I said, it makes your learning curve a lot quicker.
Indeed. I'm sure it does. That's for sure. Geo Sylvia joining us here. Geo, I'm assuming we're interrupting your school day. What class did we get you out of?
Actually, I do online school, so I do all my stuff on a computer at home.
Oh, wow. That works well. Works
That's
well
really
for a sprint car racer.
Yeah, that is a great for the sprint car world. That's for sure. That's fantastic. Good stuff.
So, Geo, what does the next month look for you? What's on the schedule?
I'll be at the Tulare Thunderbolt this Saturday with the King of the West. Only Saturday. I'm off Friday, and then the week after that, I am actually looking for a ride to race the FCCT 360 show at the Stockton Dirt Track on the Saturday following that.
Man, good situation. That's for sure. It is fantastic. Well, Geo, I'm telling you, congratulations on that first win. I know many more. Hey, what do you want to become the next World of Outlaw sprint car driver, or do you want to follow a different career path as where you would like to end up?
I would like to make the NASCAR. I love sprint car racing with all my heart. That's really where my heart is. But hopefully, I can kind of follow the Kyle Larson or the Tony Stewart and do NASCAR for a few years, and then come back and have an outlaw team.
That's so funny, Geo, because about 3 or 4 years ago we had your brother on, and he said he's a sprint car guy, but he told us then that Geo wants to be a NASCAR guy. So you guys have stayed, you guys have stayed right on course with that. And keep doing what you did on Saturday night, and everything's going to be just fine. That's for sure. Thanks for the time. Congratulations, and I know we'll talk with you again.
Thank you. See you guys.
There we go. That's Geo Sylvia joining us here on the program. How about that? Isn't that unreal?
So I think Dominic has it figured out. Geo runs.
Becomes a team owner. That's right. Exactly. Yes, indeed. Tear-offs. He mentioned that. I know we're up against a break. Tear-offs.
Yes.
Sam Hafer-Teep Jr., reigning champ of the ASCS National Tour, and tear-offs may have costed him the win at Lakeside.
Really?
He didn't put enough on, and the last 5 laps he couldn't see. He was all over Reitzel.
That's the worst.
He was all over Reitzel, but he couldn't see.
Trying to use your hand.
And the thing of it is you did it to yourself. Mm-hmm. That was what Sam was telling me after the race.
So
tear-offs, and to hear Geo
just
to hear Geo say, my brother helps me with that. It's like, well, that sounds. No, it's not. It's very important. So
absolutely
interesting stuff for sure. Let's step away. More MRN Wing Nation in just a moment.
Hi, I'm Kyle Larson, and you're listening to Wing Nation on MotorRacingNetwork.com.
Today, Toyota's featured NASCAR fan is Carrie, Queen of Cakes.
So, Carrie, why do they call you Queen of Cakes?
Well, whenever Toyota wins a NASCAR race, I make a life-size Camry cake.
Really?
Yeah, delicious and made in America, just like the dang car. And with all Toyota's wins last year, it was life-size Camry Cake City. Oh, even lost a kid at one point. Tried to drive one of the cakes. Had to eat his way out of the drivetrain. Bless his heart.
Let's go NASCAR fans!
Toyota, let's go places. To learn more, visit ToyotaRacing.com. NASCAR is a registered trademark of the National Association for Stock Car Auto Racing, Inc. Toyota vehicles and components are built using U.S. and globally sourced parts.
The crown jewel of the Northwest, 15,000 to win, 1,000 to start. It's the 46th Annual Jim Raper Memorial Dirt Cup presented by the Skagit Casino and Resort. June 22nd, 23rd, and 24th at Skagit Speedway. The Lucas Oil American Sprint Car Series National Tour takes on the best of the Northwest as Haverty, Pereira, and Bergman lead the charge, along with Northwest Focus Midgets and the Washington Modified Touring Series. Tickets on sale now at SkagitSpeedway.com or by calling 360-724-3567.
If it's time to replace your vehicle's battery, stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts and take advantage of our exclusive Do It Right rebate. For a limited time, purchase a Superstart Premium, Extreme, or Platinum battery and get up to a $15 O'Reilly gift card by mail. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day. Limit supply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Danny Holcraver, and you're listening to Wing Nation on MotorRacingNetwork.com.
Thank you so much for joining us. It is a fantastic day here as we're talking sprint car racing, and we're talking with the youth of America. I think we really are. Shall we say the mature youth of America?
Yes.
I mean, Parker Price Miller and Geo Sylvia, you wouldn't know they were teenagers.
Very well spoken, but they were both so humble. I appreciated that. Very respectful for the sport and appreciative of their chances.
I agree. I agree with you on that. Good stuff. Hey, National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum. We're going to go to the other end of the spectrum because coming up on June 2nd and 3rd, it is the 28th annual Sprint Car Hall of Fame induction weekend. The drivers going in, Dave Darland, Tony Elliott, and Terry McCarl. The owners and mechanics, Guy Forbrook and John Singer. Media, Doug Auld, our buddy Doug Auld, our friend Pat Sullivan, and pre-1945 Earl Cooper. This weekend is going to be must-see for those of you that are even not in the Knoxville area. You got to get there. Friday, a free open session with all the inductees, second floor of the Hall of Fame. Saturday at noon at the Dyer Hudson Hall lunch and the induction ceremony. And then that night is the USAC sprint cars there. Isn't that awesome? Especially for a guy like Dave Darland, of course, Tony Elliott. We lost Tony. But it's great that they hit the USAC weekend. I know a lot of times Knoxville is known for wing sprint cars, but man, this has got to be cool for Dave Darland.
Yeah, and it's really cool for the Hall of Fame because a lot of people seeing that the Hall of Fame is at Knoxville think it's a wing sprint car Hall of Fame. So it's really neat that non-wing sprints are there.
Really, really good. Banquet tickets are just $25, and you can contact the Hall of Fame. And hey, while you're there, check out the Sammy Swindell display. 8 sprint cars.
And check out the Erin Crocker
car.
The
Erin Crocker car there. That's right. That's my favorite car in the whole place. The Erin Crocker car is there.
I knew it, Steve. I knew it was your favorite.
That is my favorite. Exactly. So, National Sprint Car Hall of Fame is turn 2 at Knoxville on the famed Marion County Fairgrounds. All right. Hey, tonight, by the way, talking about great groups, great organizations. Tonight, if you're in central Pennsylvania, kick off the big race weekend with our friends at the York County Racing Fan Club at their building in York, Pennsylvania. Logan Schuhart going to be the special guest for a Q&A session. So a Pennsylvania driver, World of Outlaw driver, winner on the tour at Eldora. It covers it all, and he will be at the, you can find out more information, follow on their Twitter account, the York County Racing Fan Club. Those are wonderful people. Love those people to death. And so they kick it off tonight with Logan Schuhart. Isn't that great?
That is great.
Man, oh man, that is fantastic. That is fantastic. We're getting ready to go racing ourselves here because next weekend we go to Port Royal Speedway for a Wing Nation Road Show. It's the Weichert Livestock Show. And then we go to Jackson for the AGCO Nationals, Jackson Nationals. You're up there with me on that. And so we've got one more weekend of real life, and then sprint cars take over for us. So it is going to be great. So we've got some great stuff. Speaking of Logan Schuhart, he joins us Thursday on our MRN Wing Nation Weekend podcast presented by Hefner Racing Products. And Saturday, well, batten down the hatches because Danny Dietrich is a guest. Ashley and I talking to Danny Dietrich on the MAV TV show. So much going on in the sprint car world. We're on Facebook and Twitter, and we'll be obviously very active over the next few days. Hey, thanks for joining us here today on Wing Nation.
You've been listening to Winged Nation, presented by Hurcules Tire, right on our strength. You can also find Winged Nation on iTunes, Google Play, YouTube, and in the MRN.com Media Center. Winged Nation is a production of the Motor Racing Network. All rights reserved.